It's a little bit cool this morning, but I'm just showing you how I'm starting my day. It's one of my buddies clearing this lot for his own use. He's putting a commercial building in here. But I want to show you there's piles of wood everywhere. I did some cutting over in that corner, you can see yesterday. I got a couple cords waiting there to pick up. Got all this, so I don't know how much wood's here, but there's piles over there, here, near my dump truck. They want that cleaned up because he's bringing a crusher in today. Over there, I've already had a couple cords of wood cut up in that pile. But it's not real big wood, but it's good because it's free. And I'm ready to get to it anyways. It gets me going in the season. I just want to show how stupid things can get. Like that tree, that's a rock that was grown into that tree. I just like hit it with the chain and it's done. It ground it right off. It was on the bottom when I was cutting it, and I'm cutting. Some of this has still got 3 or 4 inches of snow, so I wasn't worrying about hitting the ground. Then I'm like, oh, I wonder what happened there, and I rolled it up, but that's, I thought it was just frozen on there, but it's actually grown into the tree like 2 or 3 inches. But just stuff that happens when you're cutting, especially off the ground. I keep this Husqvarna bag with me. It's normally got one new chain in it for any of the saws. Normally, if I just barely tap that, I'd probably just sharpen that real quick, but I'd rather bench sharpen that one. And so I'm just going to change it. I had one with me. I just thought I'd show how I do it. I think it's nice to have that, you know, goodie bag with me. This first section's cleaned up this morning. I'm realizing I'm not 25 anymore, but it's one good load right there. Good mixture too, a lot of oak in that. Other than that, I don't like taking that small stuff. I do take it, like this case here, he wanted me to clean this corner up. Some of the stuff on the other side we'll probably throw in the brush pile, but over here I just figured I'd clean it up. A lot of small stuff on top. Now I'll go over there and start in that corner. I got a couple loads there to load and take before I even start cutting again. I just want to show the road I'm coming up out of. You get up out of here and let it bounce around. I put the top down, wind it up tight, and that wood will stay there. But that's how I do it. If it gets up out of that bumpy road without falling out, it's probably not going to fall off. Oh, this is only like, I don't know, probably 10 or 12 miles from my house north of me, but there's still some big parcels of land up here. This lot we're working on right now is 33.5 acres, and the one on either side of it I think is like 109 acres a piece. This across the street I think is 200 and something acres. I think this guy here does a little bit of farming, does some haying. This time of year I have time to come up here and play around. It helps my body out, and it's free wood, it's good wood. That's how I look at it. It gives me a good workout. Some people think I'm crazy, but I roughly plowed in here a couple days ago to get in here. Some of my upper lot's getting full with the log length stuff, so I'm going to cut the rest of it that's coming home. I'm going to cut it up and try to get it as close to this wood splitter as I can get. Like I said, we'll get in here. I worked right up until snow flew last year trying to get stuff done, but I just wanted to take a shot where we're at, and we still got a lot of snow in this part of New Hampshire, hopefully not long. So I want to get my sawmill going, and I got a lot of stuff I want to get going, so weather lets me. Now we're getting the brush fire under control. He's probably here for a couple more hours, but I got a new pile there. What's left over here, I got a couple loads that were here. This is the last load for today. Tomorrow I believe we'll attack this smaller of the two piles because that's in his way. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll probably get a couple loads out of here tomorrow. Then he wants that out of there Monday, Tuesday. Other than that, I can just pick at that corner pile probably whenever I want. But he said to leave the rest of this because it's not in his way. He'd rather see me start working on the internal pile. So what we'll be doing tomorrow. Back getting some wood. I just thought I'd take a shot. I'm getting half load right now. Get this pile cleaned up. They decided now they are going to cut right down over that hill. Like I said, it's a lot of small stuff, but this guy is one of those guys. He doesn't really care about the wood. When he clears a lot, he normally calls me up, says if you want it. Sometimes I get real good stuff. Last time I got stuff that was probably 18 inches round or bigger, but I can't say no to this and not help him out. I think it's funny too, he thinks I'm helping him out by taking wood for free, but but you'll see there's piles everywhere. It's one hand washes the other. I do other favors for this guy. He's another contractor that I work with once in a while. once in a while something will break down, I'll plow his root for him or something. So I think it just all works out in the wash. And the machine's over there now. They're going, I think, another 25 or 30 feet deep there, and then all down front's going to go right down over that hill, which yesterday they were talking 25 or 30 feet. Now I think they're talking like another 75 feet. So I'll be here for a few days cutting wood, but that's cool. It's a good way to get me back into the season too. Normally the first couple weeks when you get back to work after winter. When I was younger, I kept myself busy all winter. Now I'm in my 50s. I try to take it easy, work in the shop a lot. You come out and do stuff like this and you realize you're not 25 anymore, is the reality of it. There'll also be some videos coming up once he gets that crushing plant set up. We're gonna probably come spend a day, do a video on that. I just want to show that's the last pile we're gonna get to right now. We're gonna let things dry up. I got everything out of the center. Lenny's got everything about stripped. The stumps are gone. A couple piles of loom, a couple piles of gravel, but it's getting pretty wet. All this snow, those little snowstorms we keep getting, and they melt, and it's making a mud bath. So they're trying to get some water to run off. So I got to get out of their way. So, but that's all I'll be cutting probably for quite a few weeks now. There's still a lot more here to get, but I just thought I'd take a shot. They basically were pushing the trees over or cutting them down and getting one log off them, setting it to the side. So they had a bunch of piles of probably like, each pile was probably 3 cords of wood. They were all over the place up there. I got everything that was in his way out of there. I still got a couple good piles to go get. Probably the biggest pile that's there I still got left to go get, but I just ran out of time. I got to get going with my landscape season. But everything I got was in his way, had to get out of there, or they were going to give it to someone else or have a log truck come get it. But when he said I could have it for free, I'm like, yeah, it's a good way to get my exercise thing going for this opening the season. But now my landscape business, this coming week, I got to get going on some projects. So I'm ending this here. I still have some to go to get, and I'll probably show that in another video. But I just wanted to show you what I ended up with. Pretty good amount of wood I brought home. It's all decent stuff. Well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of YouTubers would be like, a lot of that's too small. You know what I mean? They chip it or burn it. But I ended up with a pretty good amount of wood. There's a couple loads up top too that was straight oak that I'm going to split probably the same time. Another good thing about stopping now is that I don't really want to get this wood too much further away from that splitter. As it is now, I can come out with the loader bucket, grab it, and get it over there without getting it real dirty. Or I'll use my rock bucket. I left a little cavity in the middle here so I can get in here. But this original, I'll get this opened up a little bit better so I can keep coming in. And I'm going to do the 3rd cord skids that I got left and get it so I can get in here after with a bucket. I still have a pretty good area on the fence lines to fill in. All those skids there I put together, them basically hold 1/3 of a cord. If you stack it on there right, you could probably get a 1/2 cord if you go up and round up the tops real good. That's what I normally do when I do the barkless oak on them. And them are all left from the barkless oak that I sold. That was the last of the wood I sold from last fall. So I'm going to fill those with just mixed hardwood right now. And I got a bunch more down bottom I'm going to build. And then I'll do the fence line. And once I get a pretty good cavity here again, I'll probably go up there and get some more wood from him. He's also thinks he's going to cut off another probably 3-acre spot. So over the course of the summer, if I've got to find the time, because free wood's free wood. That's how I look at it. And again, some people wouldn't enjoy doing this. I do, for some reason. I just don't mind splitting wood. So I'll go up, and like I said, to me this is pretty good quality wood. It could have been a little bit bigger, and it was a deal where I was picking it up, so I had to take all of it. I couldn't take only take what I wanted, so I took a lot of the small stuff too. And like I said, I still probably have, I'm going to say 6 cord, maybe 8 cord to go get from the lot that he cleared now, and he's doing another landing further down that road. Altogether it's a little better than 35-acre lot, and he's putting 2 big landings. One's going to be for his commercial building, and one's going to be for like a personal use gravel pit, and he's going to leave his crusher down there. We'll be going back to doing a video the day he starts running that crusher. I'm probably going to go do a video on it. I think it'll be kind of cool. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about that end of the stuff too. He does mostly big commercial stuff. Actually, he's more than less now. He's got out of the construction and he just sells equipment. But he always keeps a crusher around. So I think that would be a good video. But I just wanted to take a shot where we ended up. And like I said, this gave me basically probably 7 days that I got good exercise. I loaded a lot of this in the truck by hand. I was cutting it off the ground, throwing it in the truck. The first couple days I went there, the last few days I've been there, we've been just, I get a bunch cut. He comes over with the excavator, we fill the bucket and dump it in my truck that way, which did save a lot of time for me. I could go get a load in about a third of the time that I was originally. But it gave me something to do. I just thought I'd do a video. A lot of people get a kick out of it. You get free wood, you go get it. Other guys will say, oh, a lot of that's too small, I wouldn't have wasted my time. You know, I tell everybody that everything else I do with my landscape business makes me more money than wood. I just enjoy doing this. I'll come up in the mornings and split a cord of this up while I have a cup of coffee. It's a good way to start my day. I did it all the last 4 or 5 years. That's what I've been doing. This will probably be the following season's dry wood. I really don't care one way or the other. If it dries out enough, I'll sell it if someone needs it. But I've already got the wood I need for this coming year's customers pretty much already. I put a lot more on skids this year. I think that's just a better way. I can move it with the forks, put it where I want. So I can leave some down on my lower lot. But up here, I will get all these fence lines done. And I'm probably going to build 10 or 15 more of those skids to put stuff on. I was going to split some, but it's we're getting weird weather. One day it's 50-something, 53 degrees. Today it's actually spitting like a freezing rain right now, and I think there might be a chance of getting like an inch of snow and then end as rain. But the next 2 or 3 days we're supposed to be, I think it's going to be a slushy, rainy mess. Other than that, like today's pretty chilly. It's probably 30. It's just above freezing right now. But this is just nothing we do. I actually enjoy doing the wood. I got this wood given to me, and by the time you process it, my landscape, anything else I do in my landscape business makes me more money. It's just a weird thing. People question, a lot of my buddies in this town will, I can't believe you waste your time with it. But I didn't have much going. It's been a pretty good mud season. I mean, the 2 weeks that I got this out of the woods off and on, in between everything else I was doing, some days I'd only go there long enough to get a load out or 2 loads out. There was a couple days I did 2 long days. Other than that, I was just going there in the morning or going there in the afternoon when I had, you know, broke off from something else I was doing. I just happened to have a couple weeks that it was kind of muddy. I didn't really want to get going, and I'm glad I didn't, because if I would have got going, we had some heavy rain would have messed up the lots I would have been on. This week I have to get going on my landscape stuff, so I pulled the trigger on some other stuff, so I got to get out. But he was happy too. I got everything. In the video earlier in the video, you'll see how he had piles in the middle of the land he was working on. He didn't care about the outskirt piles that were there, so I can pick at that. If I get an early day one day, I'll go over and grab a cord. I also want it to dry out. I don't like running my truck through the mud that I've been running it through the last couple days, so till things dry out, I'm not going back there is pretty much what I told him, and he knows that. Even load my truck with the excavator. You get that truck full of wood and get it stuck in the mud. I just don't want to do that to my truck. So, but anyways, we'll call this video here, and just something else we do. People say tape everything you do. I think this is fun. I'm 56 years old. It keeps me, I think, just good exercises. I call it my man yoga. So, but again, thanks for watching.